Welcome to Essential Wholesale Labs Kitchen Chemistry. I'm Angelina, and today we'll be making transparent soap. To get started, you'll need to gather your ingredients. And the first one, the very important one, is an oil blend, caustic soda, glycerin, ethanol, and sugar water. And one of the first steps, which I've already started, is mixing your sodium hydroxide with water. And you'll need to use gloves and do this in a very well ventilated area. And I've already done this. And when you mix the caustic soda with water, it's going to get really hot, so you have to be very careful. Make sure to use gloves as well, and don't breathe in the fumes because it's very bad for you. And so my solution has already cooled down to around 135 degrees. And this is about the temperature of what your oil should be, between 135 and 145. So the first step is to add the caustic soda into the oil blend. And when I add this, I'm going to use an immersion blender to mix everything together. So the solution will thicken. During this time, the saponification process is taking place, and what's happening is the caustic soda is reacting with the fats and turning into soap. The pH of your soap is going to raise really high, up to 9 to 9.5, and we have an instructional video of how to measure your pH with the help of Travis. So while this is taking place, you want to open your soap every once in a while and mix it, just in case it soufflés out, which can get all over the place. So after you've blended your soap and your caustic soda, you want to mix it until it traces, and after that you want to cover it and keep it warm for the reaction to take place. And you want to open it once in a while, open the container once in a while, and scrape the sides and the bottom to make sure everything is getting incorporated well. And if you're using a double boiler, just make sure to keep watch over it because it will souffle over, and just open it and mix it up a few times, but make sure to keep it warm and closed. I forgot to mention, so when you cover your soap, you want to let it sit 2 to 3 hours. Or you could speed up the process and use a double boiler, which would take about an hour or two. Just make sure to scrape the sides a few times. While the saponification process is being taken, you want to prepare your other ingredients. This will include glycerin, ethanol, and you want to use denatured ethanol and not store-bought alcohol, and sugar water, which is just sugar dissolved in water. And all these ratios are available on our website. Now that your saponification process has completed and you've tested the pH to be above 9.5, you'll want to add your solvents. Glycerin and ethanol will be the first solvents. And if you're using a double boiler, keep your soap solution on the heat, because you'll want to keep this at around 160 degrees. And if you're not, then put it You also want to be very careful with ethanol. The last solvent I'm going to add is the sugar water, and this is just another solvent. This is a really messy project, and the last step is to color it however you want. Whether you want to, you can use food coloring, oil-soluble colorants. You can scent it with essential oils, whatever you want, your favorite scent, and you can add with botanicals as an exfoliant or anything that you'd like. Before you scent it, you want to take the solution off the hot plate and let it cool down to around 140 degrees, just to let the soap sit for a little bit. After your soap has set and you want to color it and add scents and botanicals, whatever you want, just make sure it's cooled down a bit to 140 degrees. And you'll notice that there's a film there, you just want to mix that back into the solution. So to color it, I'm going to use just normal food coloring, and I have purple and pink today. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out, so I'm just going to play with it until I like the color of it. And you'll notice that the soap has set and become more translucent, and it will be an amber color. The color also depends on different oils you use and the types of oils you use. So I like this color. It's turned out kind of pinkish purple, magenta, fuchsia. If you want to know what your soap is going to turn out like, you can take this little sample and pour it on a piece of glass or stainless steel. And as it hardens, that's what your soap is going to look like. So the last step is to pour your soap solution into molds. Once you're happy as color, the scenting. And to do this, if you're using a smaller mold, you want to use a smaller measuring cup or something to pour it out with. Now you want to rapidly cool the soap to make sure that it's transparent and shiny. It really helps if you stick it in the freezer right away. Once you've got your molds filled, you want to rapidly cool them by sticking them into the freezer. This ensures the transparency and shininess of it. So after your soap has set, make sure that it's hardened. You don't want to take it out too quickly. And just take it out of the mold. And if you're using a larger mold, this is the process where you would cut it up, and it turned out pretty well. So you'll notice that it gets this film on top, this opaque film, and to get rid of that or any imperfections that you have, you can take some ethanol and a rag or a paper towel and just soak it a little bit and kind of polish it off. This dissolves the layer and makes it a little bit nicer looking. And after this process, it just takes a little bit longer for your soap to actually be soap, and that's curing it. And when you cure it, you want to set it up on cardboard or newspaper and put the soap in a dry, warm environment like a cupboard somewhere, and just let it set for about 2 to 3 weeks, and your soap should harden and it should look nice. Thanks for joining us today. You can find all the links in the description of this video. Have fun making your